What can I say? TwoSun. You know, I've never had one of these knives before. You believe me? No, I've had a bunch. Not of this model. TwoSun knives. What the hell? They're taking over the world. It's like, oh, go on eBay. Just TwoSun, all one word. This is kind of all one word. These are two words. I don't know. I put all one word when I do a search. In any case, oh my God, it is a whole world on eBay. And you can go into DHgate and check it out. They don't have all the models available there. It's just too damn many. It's crazy. This is the 52, I believe. TS52. I got to write it down. They don't put the model number on the blade. They don't put the model number anywhere. You do have the night morning design, of course, D2 steel, and still we got a bunch of oil on here that we cannot get rid of. They come slathered usually, or there's a goodly film on there. And D2 blade coming from China, yeah, probably a good idea anyhow. Got this fuller down the center of this blade, really like a dagger. I mean, see the hilt on both sides, kind of how they're doing that? Although it's a folding knife. Got these nice cutouts, and then you got this fuller kind of going forward. So it kind of continues this line all the way down. Really nice, huh? I like it. I saw this on the Instagram. I can't remember if it was TwoSun Knives or if it was Night Morning, his Instagram account, that was holding it and flipping it. And I go, oh, man, that is bad. That is wicked. And really kind of radical for a lot of stuff they've done. Although I think what I would have to say is anything they're doing now is radical. They're all crazy knives. They're insane. They really are. And that guy dreams in color or something. I don't know, but Night Morning is, he has put out a lot of designs. And now, I can't think of the name of the knife. But I mean, there's other than just TwoSun knives that he's doing designs for. So, what can we say about this knife? Well, let me show you something. Other than you get it on eBay. Good luck. Bidding and bidding. A lot of these things ended about like 1 or 2 in the morning because, they're working on China time over there. In any case, so check it out. Here you go. There's your Mannix. Flip it. Pivot to pivot, kind of, sort of, pretty much. Yeah, it's a decent sized knife. Get out of here, Manny. Manny. Bertha. On stage. Big Yeller. What do we got? Well, it's more than 3.5, isn't it? It's 3 5/8. 3 5/8 and another 16th, maybe. So we're more than 90 millimeters. We're at, from the tip, we're probably 93.5. I mean, come on, man. 21 centimeters. And, get over here. 8 1/4. 8 1/4. So, I bet we're using that handle. What do you think? I mean, as far as blade length goes, right to the tip. Come on, come on, come on. And we ain't got much extra. I don't think we could have done a whole lot more. We're right there. So pretty efficient use there. Not quite 3 3/4, but it's a pretty good sized knife. Hey, one thing that really got to me, and you've noticed these boxes, they got the glossy thing on them now. That's pretty cool. I like that. But you still got to write the model number on it. And look at this. So that's the top part of the box, right? So in case the lid and the bottom get separated, right? I know it's kind of primitive, and they just come in this plastic and they're kind of soaked down in, they got a pretty good bunch of oil on them, which is okay. Just wipe it down. And, whew, interesting. You know, and then I took it apart and just kind of see what's going on inside. I think it probably has a little more fluidity or fluid action to it now that I've taken it apart. You know, wiped it down, put some nano lube, put it back together. But it wasn't bad out of the box. That wasn't a problem. Whew, click. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Satin grind. And you know what? No, it's not sharp on both sides of this edge here. But I'll tell you what, buddy. And there was somebody that chimed in on my Instagram account saying, if you request, they'll actually put an edge on this side too if you request it before they ship it. When you get it, you know, when you win the knife on eBay or buy it, whatever. I didn't know that. I guess I didn't read carefully enough. But yeah, maybe. It feels, first of all, it's pretty thin on this top edge. Check it out. See? And actually, it's like it got milled straight across here. And on the sides here, it's like you almost need to run a stone or touch it with some sandpaper because it's a little edgy on the corners. I mean, as from the lower corner to the top to the other corner with a little strip of blade in between. But the corners are edgy. Well, it's satin. Of course, it's not stone washed, so you're going to get a little edginess like that. That's the worst part of this knife right there. It makes you feel a little unsettled, like, could I possibly cut myself on here? And no, not in normal handling situations, I don't think. But see, it's more like a butter knife. But it's a little edgy for a butter knife on this side. So yeah, it's kind of prepped. I mean, really, you put it on your sharpener and put a fairly coarse stone, you might be able to go ahead and take that right to an edge if you wanted to. And then you go, okay, so if I close the knife, I'm putting my finger on a sharpened edge. So as far as I'm concerned, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Oh yeah, I just remembered something. I remembered that I took this not only apart, but I took a picture. And check this out. Yeah, those are ceramic bearings. See? Night Morning Design T2. Looks like the same knife, doesn't it? Only in pieces. What's interesting is you got these little rubber O-rings that go underneath the pivot tube and the pivot screw. And then, of course, since you got titanium, you've got the steel bearing races that go in here, and then the bearings can actually make contact with the blade on both sides because that's steel. And there's your hardened steel insert with your over travel, and that looks like a ceramic detent ball. And then, you know, kind of got a locator pin going through here. And then, where'd that screw go? Oh my God, down here. There it is. So there's a screw that comes in from both sides. And that's just like a threaded tube. The screw is already screwed into that side. That one is not. That's undone. So just in case you wanted the layout. And you can see how this blade stop is built in. Internal runs on this track here. So do we have the plan? We have the plan. They put this one together. I mean, when you think about it, you go, okay, ceramic bearings, you know, hardened steel insert with over travel stop, perfectly centered, and it's centered back up after I put it together. How did that happen? Any blade plate? Nope. Any lock rock? Nope. It's pretty well centered right there. It's hard to get that aspect ratio in the camera because I can make it look off-center by depending on how I hold it. But in any case, when I look at it, it's centered. Good action on it. It wasn't bad out of the box. It's better now. And of course, I think it kind of keeps getting better as you go. Another thing. Okay, so if we're going to bitch and moan about this knife, and isn't that neat the way this thing just folds right in? Just disappears. Also, milled pocket clip. Bingo. Extra bonus there too, right? With the screw coming from the inside. And you have a bit of a backspacer. But what I was going to say, okay, so you disengage the knife and you're going to close it, right? Shake her down. Clunk. You could maybe adjust that a little bit if that's too much of a guillotine drop for you. But, that's nice. I like it. Here, do not do it like this. What I have noticed on this knife, and this is probably not just the sole example of this, right here on this edge, because this is not a real thick edge here anyhow, false edge, this corner is sharp. That's like sharp. Yes, if you just went whoosh, like that too hard, you're going to cut into yourself. That's how sharp that is. And so really you probably need to take a little stone or some, whatever, and take that off. Just take the edginess off of it without deforming it too badly, because it is there to look that way. But this is part of the blade. It's supposed to be sharp. This, not yet, unless you're going to grind it to be part of a top, a double edge. So, that little corner there, that's fairly sharp. Now, the way I've been kind of doing it, I always reach out and do it like this. So it doesn't become an issue, but if all of a sudden I can feel it grab my finger right there, and it feels sharp. I don't know if you truly, really cut yourself badly or just go through a couple layers of epidermal, but that's not a good thing. So the only thing about this knife that I'm going to bitch about is, it's a little edgy up here on this side and this side, not straight up and down, but I mean there and there, okay? So that could, if you want to keep this as a false edge, just hit it with some sandpaper or stone or something like that to take that, almost like deburring really. And this as well. Okay, those two areas, that's it. The rest of this is nice. Actually, I think it might be kind of handsome in a bronze, or, maybe do a different color here, a blue, purple, I don't know, whatever. So, yeah, I think it kind of maybe begs to be pimped a little bit. Now, yes, it's a decent sized blade. Did we do fancy? Yeah, we did, didn't we? Okay, so, it's a decent sized blade. How much does it weigh? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. 4.1 ounces. That's not too bad, is it? 117 grams. Man, that's not bad. It's not bad, actually. So, contoured scales, you can see, obviously you got a high point. So that's nice. You got some machine work with the fuller. You got the cutouts here. And there's no grabby edges in these cutouts. These are fine, but you can see it's stonewashed, so you're in good shape there. And the front pivot's not overly fancy, but it's nice. It's nicely machined. So I'm liking that. Let's see what else we got here. Well, ergos. Okay. Obviously there's no finger choil, there's no, that kind of thing. But, I mean, it's just a straight type knife, you got a little bit here you can put your finger on, a thumb against, and protection for your lower finger down here. That's all right. Other than that, yeah, you could grab it. It's just pretty much a straight bench. Yeah, reverse grip, fine. Another thing, here we go. You like that? Another thing, you know, you don't have a big pass through here to disengage this. And since these are contoured, you kind of go to a thinner edge. You don't have the thickness of like the middle here. So it's a thinner edge and you don't really have a cutaway to access that. So it's a little bit more where you have to kind of focus a little bit. It's not bad. I mean, you can sit here and do this. But no lock rock, no blade play, no lock stick. TwoSun knives, TS52. Yeah, I really like this one. I really do. They're doing a lot of stuff out there. Gosh, I'd like to get that Integral and some of the others, but they're coming out with them quicker than I can afford to buy them. And there's other knives in the world as well. So if you were just primarily focused on TwoSun, I think you might be able to keep up with it depending on how much available, you know, discretionary funds you have every month in your budget. But if you're kind of an all-arounder collector, man, and these are just one of many brands that you're interested in, I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. It's a trip. But that's a cool knife. I mean, there's some TwoSun knives I guess I get my hands on and then I'm like, yeah, okay, I think I can live without this. You know, it's like one of those that you wanted to catch, but then you decided you could release. But then there's some others that you really do like pretty well. The design is very engaging, and you go, you know what? I'm going to put that in my drawer. And there's some like that for me as well. So, you know, there's probably at least a half a dozen of them that I would really like to have as keepers. And this is one of them. I think, you know, I need to do a little touch up here and there. But other than that, this is pretty livable. And I really like the design. It's kind of reminds me this blade thing of the Gladius, you know, more the cold steel deal. You know, Immortal is the folder, I guess. The Roman sword type, kind of a little bit like to that. In any case. Yeah, what do you think? Make your comments in the comment section. D2 satin grind titanium frame lock flipper. Fairly light. Obviously, there's some skeletonizing going on here, right? But in any case, I think it's fun. It's cool. I kind of, you know, I'm happy about the boxes going a little bit higher class. They were pretty basic for a while. Real basic. But I mean, you got a lot of knife for your money back then. Now they're getting a little prouder of them. I think, you know, I got tired of following the auctions and I go, "Bruh." And I think I probably paid $70. Maybe a little bit more than that for this. So at some point you start thinking about your alternatives in the knife world. I mean, when you're at a $50 level, $45 level, these are an awesome buy. When you start hitting 70, 75, 80, 85, then you go, I think I can get D2 and titanium in some other places for that kind of money. So you start looking at your options. So be interesting to kind of see how, and you know, the first few months these come out, right? I mean, the bids go up and this and that. If you can find it on DHgate at a fixed price, fine, but you always got that fantasy of being able to grab it at a pretty good price. And I think after the first few months these things roll, then yeah, then they're not gonna, kind of everybody's kind of grabbed one that wants to grab one, and you have a better chance of grabbing one at a lower price. But some of the models, they kind of just disappear off of eBay. So after a while, when they wind down and they start not getting the money, I think they pull them, or they go on to another model and they just don't do them anymore. So yeah, you kind of gotta decide when you're going to pull the trigger. It's fun. It's interesting. I mean, sometimes the chase is as much fun as the catch. In any case, this is a good catch though. I like it. What do you think? TS52, TwoSun knives, night morning design. Pretty incredible. Wicked looking blade. Kind of really cool. Pimped, I think would be really cool. I'm seeing bronze, maybe with a green backspacer and pocket. I don't know. Whatever. I think it'd be cool. I think you could do some stuff with this. In any case, hey, thanks for hanging out. It was fun. You know what we do around here. What do? We love them knives, so stay sharp.